Hi everyone, today is Thursday, April 26th, and this is our Team Ablaze coaching opportunity meeting, and I just wanted to welcome you all here. Today we're going to touch on some of the basics because I know we have a lot of new coaches that are with us and have started this journey with us. So I just wanted to first start off with welcoming a lot of you to this group. And I'm going to flip to my notes here. One thing that I know right now that I want to touch base with is a lot of the new stuff that Shakeology or that Beachbody has come out with, which is amazing. And we should all be super excited about. And I know I am. That all access Beachbody on demand with Shakeology is $160. You cannot ask for a gym membership for one entire year and 30 days of smoothies and containers to fit your meals in with a meal plan guide, with a personal coach and accountability group, and use it all and expect that you can get your money back guaranteed with that. That's not out there in this world. What Beachbody offers is unbelievable. It's not gimmicky. It's tried and true, the trifecta of what makes people's lives change for the better. It does not matter if they are trying to lose weight, gain muscle, gain flexibility, get their mind in the right place. The fitness, the nutrition, combined with the accountability, makes it all fall into place. Once you get the big picture falling into place, everything else starts to work. And I can say from my own personal experience that me being a mom started to work, me being a wife started to work, me being an employer, me being somebody that can contribute to my church and volunteer and have energy, those in finances, those things started to fall in place, even though my life seemed out of control when I started. And so I want to tell you, if you are, it doesn't matter where you're at in the coaching journey, that is my mess. People attract to your mess of your beginning journey. I don't want to call it a mess because, I guess I'm calling my own self a mess before, but that is what people are attracted to. So don't ever feel like you cannot share, that you need to hold on to this because it feels salesy. I would be in a different place in my life, in a really bad place in my life, if somebody didn't share first just a challenge pack with me of trying fitness, nutrition, and accountability, but then an awfully different place, completely job-wise, if somebody didn't offer the coaching opportunity to me. So no matter if you are being a discount coach or a hobby coach or want to do this full-time, lives change by us simply sprinkling into people, and it doesn't mean that you have to know they need it, because quite frankly, most people need something. I've talked to people already in gyms and in elite triathlon groups, and they need something more. I've spoken to people that have never worked out in their life. They need something as well. The gamut of what Beachbody, it bridges it all together, those that have done everything and those that have done nothing. And what we offer bridges it all together. And who are we to hold on to that and be fearful? Our own fear cannot hold us back. If you go into this fearfully, which I understand that completely, I was fearful as well. It took me a long time to start sprinkling my story out of what my journey looked like. How much weight did I want to lose? Why did I want to lose weight? What was I going to do in a challenge group? I had no idea what to do in a challenge group when I hosted my own. But it took me finding my own person to really dig deep, and that's why becoming a coach it takes your journey of fitness and nutrition and accountability, and it elevates it that much more because you really are digging deep into your own personality, because that's what people are attracting to. They say, this gets into making your storefront. They say either all the social media out there, I use Facebook primarily, but Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is that you use, these are all your storefronts. So what are 3 to 5 things that are pillars on your storefront, and are you consistent with it? Can you scroll through? And yes, I, as your upline coach, I do scroll through and see if some of you are keeping consistent with anybody jumping on your Facebook at any time and knowing that you are a face of a better lifestyle than maybe what they already have. That does not mean that all your posts should or would look like, hey, look at me with my DVD. Hey, look at me with my Shakeology. Hey, look at me working out again. It should be about you and not so much the words. Because you know what? Nobody knows what PIO is. Nobody knows what Shakeology is. You feel like they do because we use those words all the time, especially BOD. I heard Chalene Johnson talk about this on the National Wake Up Call on Monday. The word BOD, we see it all the time, which means Beachbody On Demand. And she is seeing, I don't see it all that much, but she surfs social media more than I do. People sign up for BOD. That is nothing to this world. BOD sounds ridiculous. You have to explain it in layman's terms what this is. What is Beachbody On Demand? This is why there's beauty in Facebook Live. This is the beauty of having somebody over to your house, or just, I've been on a soccer field with somebody and they've, watching games, and they go, hey, what's this thing that I kind of keep seeing that, how do you work out like at all these different places or just on any smartphone or smart device? Right then and there, I just go, this is what it is. And I click it, I open it, and I go, there it is. That is what it should look like. That is how we tell people what it is. It doesn't mean that I sold it to that person. It just means I introduced it to them without using the word BOD. I explained it to them. You can say it's like a Netflix of fitness. Some people understand that, although I'm not a Netflix user, so that doesn't even resonate with me. So you come up with your own language that's unique to you. That's the beauty of being a coach, is that you are your own boss. You can make $1 million a year. Yes, that's possible. You can make an extra $1,000 a month. You can make $50 a week. It doesn't matter. But the more you share, it's all a numbers game. The more you share, and the more you put out there that this is what you are and this is what you believe in, the more your income is going to produce. But it's not just about income, because I can't explain it, but it is, it's almost like that, that euphoric high, that adrenaline high after you get done working out. You're like, oh, that feels so good. When you help that first person and you know that their life is on a different trajectory and they're now in your group and you can check in with them, that just feels, it feels so full, and it feels so good. So make sure that you are being you, because if you're not you and you're stopping yourself with fear of being yourself and you're trying to copy other people aren't going to gravitate to you. They could gravitate to that other person that probably seems like they're confident because they're being themselves on social media. So I have a friend, she's a coach with me. Her main things, you're going to laugh at this, her foundation, she really loves poop emojis. She likes talking about poop. She likes talking about her sex life or lack of with her husband. And she really likes talking about how much she likes donuts. You know what? She's a 1-star diamond coach. Those are her topics. I mean, she talks about fitness and nutrition, but she's that kind of coach. Amy Silverman, one of the top 10 elite coaches in Beachbody, she's used to be a drug user, alcoholic, and dropped out of high school and a waitress for most of her life until she became a Beachbody coach. She was living out of a car. That is her song and dance in her storefront on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, about being a drug user, alcohol abuse, abused by relationships, and living in vehicles and being poor. That is what she goes with. Why? Because it's her. Did it take her a long time to swallow that pill? And and when you say what you are, that's the hardest part. But when people listen to you, That's the most beautiful part, and it's freeing. It frees you of those chains that you don't realize sometimes are around you because it's a past description, and then you sprinkle it out there a little bit at a time, and it frees you. And not only are you freed on your journey to just go a little bit farther, somebody else says, oh, I feel you, I've got you, and I would love to be on the journey with you. So make sure that now that we are ending the month of April, I'm going to grab something here for a second. Since so many of you are new, and I'm sure some of you do this, maybe not. It took me about a year to figure out that I needed a calendar system. I was always, I'm going to remember this in my head thing. So for the month of April, you can see here, I've had to go buy this calendar. This is just a me for Beachbody calendar that sits in front of my computer. And you can see here, can you see it? It says my days that I'm on. I don't know if you're going to read 0. So that was my day 1 of Turbo, day 2, day 3, and I highlight them all the way through. And then at the bottom, some of the other ones, they say start 3-day refresh, and I highlight it. And then I know, why do I number 1 through 30? So I know when it's going to end, because you know what happens when it ends? First of all, I know what workout to do. And I can keep track myself when I'm inviting somebody, like, okay, they can jump into the group anytime, but it sounds a lot more confident if I say, yes, you can join me. Don't, be distracted by that. We're already ongoing, but we're going to be starting over in 2 weeks. So stay in the group and you're going to see everything start over, and you can, even jump in a little bit further that way. So when I turn my calendar to May, this is what is super important that I've learned to do. You see this? So I have, all these are numbered. I highlight them so I can just see. So this is all the orange here is all the way till day 30 with my Turbo. But this one here, the second week, I'm going to do a Shakeology sampler pack group. 7-day Shakeology sampler pack group. Anybody can do those anytime, and I have to say those are a good way to start if you are a newer coach or just dabbling with starting a challenge group starting, or maybe you just have a few friends you're like, I think they'd like to try it, but they do not want to be all in with a $100 bag of Shakeology. A bag of the sampler bag or sampler pack is about $35, and they can sample every single flavor. I might switch these 2 dates because the new vegan sampler pack comes out May 10, so I'm thinking I'm going to flip these 2, because this one down here is a free challenge group, and I'm thinking of doing like an ab one. So I might flip where the new Shakeology challenge group is down here, and then a free ab group is down here, and then at the very end, I decided I'm going to be a better leader, and at the very end, I'm doing a coaching opportunity, or I don't know what to call it, coaching opportunity or challenge group opportunity, and just have everybody jump on kind of on a Zoom call like this, and I can lead it. And if you guys want to join that as well, I can, tell you, hey, on the 20th, let's have a Zoom call, see if anybody wants to jump on, and just fire out questions. What do you have? What's your miss? What's your things you want to discuss? What are the things that you want to be debunked about Beachbody, about some of the fitness programs, about Shakeology, about nutrition, filling in the gaps, whatever it is. On the 20th, we'll have an overall team coaching or challenge group opportunity, and everybody can jump on and just ask questions. And it's a really great way to just build community. We're all looking at each other's faces, all having conversation. It's like hanging out in each other's living room. So then I do the ab challenge, and then at the very end I start my next challenge group. Right here is when I'll start. So right now, about 2 or 3 weeks in advance is when you want to start saying, hey, so-and-so, sending out those messages. And if you are somebody that wants to work this business, it's a numbers game, like I said before. I mean, no matter what, it's not just Beachbody. If you are selling anything in this whole world, it's a numbers game. You can't have 3 people and expect 3 people to say yes. I typically have to invite, I've kind of saturated my warm market, which means my people really close to me. So I have to invite quite a few people, maybe 20 people in a day. Maybe one or two will respond. It takes some thick skin, yes, to get through that. You invite that many people and they don't respond. But I've learned that the no responses simply means not now. It's not me. They're just not ready. It's like a wait. The best description I've heard of somebody not responding or just saying no is somebody at a restaurant and the waitress says, would you like dessert after your meal? And you say, no, thank you. Great, that waitress is not gonna go back and cry. They're not gonna not offer dessert to the next table that comes in. That's their job, to make sure that you're fully satisfied, to make sure that you got offered everything. That waitress told me the specials throughout the day and they gave you great service. That is my job. And I have that in my head. It does not matter if they say no, thank you. It doesn't matter if they don't respond. I'm going to give people the best customer service that I can. I keep a list of people that don't even answer me because to me, maybe they didn't get that message. Maybe they were shopping in Target at the time and they had kids screaming at them and it got buried. That happens to me all the time. It's not me. They just didn't have the time. So I keep them on a list. You won't believe how many people appreciate that I give another message that say, hey, I'm just circling back. Reminder, my next group starts May 22nd. I'd love to have you join us. This is something that you'd be interested in. Done. Simple as that. So always know when the next group is. And if you are not hosting your own challenge group, you should be messaging myself if you're in my group and saying, hey, when's the next one starting? I have a friend. They want to join. I want to make sure that we get them all set with the right program. I'm more than happy to help you navigate sending them the links on your phone and making sure that we navigate that and get them all set up, because I want you to be a successful coach. I want, whether that means you help one person in your lifetime or whether that means you help hundreds. I want to help you the same way, no matter how many lives you change, including your own. So message me if you have questions about inviting people to May 22nd. Anybody can do that. And that brings me to the point of how do you invite, or what does that look like? Where do I get my, this is kind of getting back to the basics here. How do I get all my work done? I work mostly from my phone. Can you see this? There's a huge glare. Let me see if I turn this. Hopefully most of you have this. Can you see? There's something right here. It's called BB Coaching Links. Everybody should have it on their phone if you are a coach of any kind. It doesn't matter if you're a discount coach. BB Coaching Links. It looks different on iPhones. I believe it's like a big C, but I have an Android, so it looks a little different. So BB Coaching Links, and all I do is I tap on it. It says my username and password. I click it in, and then it will say, do you want a challenge pack, fitness program, Shakeology? Right now, a lot of them are Beachbody On Demand challenge packs. And then I just hit the little, it's that little sideways V with the balls on the side, and that's the share button, and it will say you can either copy to clipboard, share instantly in a Facebook message, text them, either way, and it just shoots it off. It's a beautiful way to send information, but that shouldn't be your number one thing you send to somebody. You want to get to know people. Back to talking about your story and who you are. You also want to reciprocate that with people. You want to say, what is your goals? Why do you want to join this challenge group? What kind of fitness do you like? What's worked for you in the past and not worked for you? How do you do with nutrition? Do you feel like you have gaps in nutrition? What's your biggest weakness with nutrition? Again, you don't have to ask all these. And a lot of times I don't even ask, you just need to ask one and then you sit back and listen. Because a lot of times you hear how busy they are, how much time they don't have, how strapped financially they are, and how they've always tried to lose weight and it's never worked. It's typically the song and dance that you hear. But that's okay. The good customer service is listening. You ask a question and then you listen. And then the best thing that I have retained in my brain to help with if they're looking for an answer then is the feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. Yes, I feel like I understand what you're going through. I felt the same way. What I found is that when I felt that way, is that I tried this, and then you carry on that conversation with feel, felt, found, making sure that you're putting your emotions into it. You're not putting a sales pitch in it. You're not selling them a program. You're just saying feel, felt, found. It's all just adjectives describing of, like mine would say, I used to feel depressed and underappreciated, and workouts were really sore for me, and I thought I had to be done with it. What I felt is that when I just changed things up a bit, tweaked my nutrition, even though I was already eating healthy and I incorporated Shakeology in, I found that I felt a lot better. Done. But I didn't say one thing about a product. I just said how I felt and how I feel now. So that is a great way to make sure that you remember that you're just talking about your emotions and not just product. It's not until the very end of your conversation that you should ever really say, unless somebody just says, hey, can you tell me more about PIO? I've seen that you're doing that. And you don't have to be an expert in every single program. The other way to share programs, I told you about the BB coaching links, is YouTube. There are video links in your Coach Online office on teambeachbody.com, but I would say that they're a little wonky in terms of, I can't remember, I think they're not, I don't remember the word. They're not with WordPress or something. I don't know. I don't know the IT word for it. They don't transfer very well on a phone sometimes. And so I usually just go to YouTube, make sure on YouTube you are following Team Beachbody and Beachbody. Don't grab the ones from other coaches, because sometimes they have like slide in over graphics and songs and their own little pitch about it, and they're talking about them. And sometimes they pop in. You don't want to sell the other coach. You just want them to know the product. So I'm constantly on teambeachbody.com finding the PIO DVD, and someone just sees what it's like. What does that movement look like? What does 21-day fix look like? They want to see that it's just, Autumn Calabrese doing simple moves. They want to see how it differs from Extreme. The one that I send on Extreme shows her jumping a little bit more, pushing, she's yelling, she has a little bit more momentum. Yoga Retreat is another one that I send out constantly. And then also the new one for Beachbody On Demand All Access. And I only send that to people after I have discussed it, after I have shared how it changed my life. I mean, just as simple as, I don't have to deal with DVDs anymore. I don't have to go find them. I don't have to fight for TV space. I don't have to try and load a DVD player that sometimes doesn't work. There's a million little sprinkles of things that can resonate with your tribe of who you're trying to find. So Beachbody bets that all customers will get results. They put a money-back guarantee on it. So if you ever have somebody, I have to say that when I forget to tell people that, they usually say, no, not right now. But when I remember to type in the words, and it comes with a money-back guarantee, because you know what? Most people have tried something before, and their spouses probably got mad because they invested some money in it, and nothing happened. Nothing changed. They didn't show up to that gym. They didn't lose any weight. They didn't change their attitude. Nothing changed. But when you tell those people that there is a money-back guarantee, they are like, seriously? I've never heard that. That goes back to getting the whole gym membership, the Shakeology, the containers with it, a free coach, which is yourself or myself if they're in our group, which comes with meal plans, which comes with a grocery list, comes with recipes. They get the big picture, and it's a money-back guarantee, and they're in it for life. It is not a quick fix. We don't boot them out after 30 days. They're in it for life. So I hope that, I love this quote. I'm going to read it right now. It says, lean into the storm. Any big business cannot be built with a small mind. Lead with a purpose, lead with your heart, and everything else will fall in place. I think that's an awesome quote, and I love this next one too. It says, leave your mark on the world. Create your own miracle around yourself and change the world for yourself and those around you. Don't blame your present circumstances or people that are putting you down on how your life is. Raise your own standards. Take control of it all and dream big. Dream big about changing your life and changing other people's lives. And this opportunity will unfold itself in a way that you can't even dream of, because I couldn't even dream about it. I just thought, yes, I want to get healthy. I didn't know I could dream this big, and I'm dreaming bigger and bigger every day. So I hope that helps. And every month, if you are a working coach or a hobby coach, the main goal is to help 3 people every single month with the little sprinkles and the little talking about your hot mess and how you're working through it, and just telling people that you're on a journey and what program you're going to do next. 3 people, which means you're messaging people. You're not just putting it on Facebook and expecting people to hear you or see you, because guess what? They don't. I have 2,000 followers on Facebook. Probably only maybe 50 see my posts. Why? Because that's how Facebook works. If you write too many words, or if those people aren't commenting a lot on my posts, my stuff gets buried. It doesn't even get shown in their feed. I'm probably 100 scrolls down. Nobody scrolls 100 things down. They only go to the top 20, and those top 20 are the ones they comment on the most. So if you're ever thinking, I still have people that are really close to me say, oh, I didn't know you were a Beachbody coach. No kidding. Do you know how many things I'm like, are you serious? You have no idea. It happens. So don't be afraid to go out there and just share your story, because I promise you, some people don't even know and won't see it for a while. It will totally trickle in until more and more people start commenting. So don't be afraid. That's my biggest advice to you. I wish I was less afraid when I started, because then my momentum would have built more. But invite 3 people, change 3 people's lives, and invite them into a group every single month. And first of all, that changes 3 lives, which is amazing. You get awarded a gift from Beachbody sent to your house. Like this month, I got a whole performance line mailed to me, which is amazing. There's been other gifts in the past. And then you also, that amount of commission that you make, we'll talk money for a hot minute, would make you over $100, which pays for your own individual Shakeology bag, which is huge for a coach. If that's a struggle for you to pay for your Shakeology, those people that you now helped are helping you pay for your Shakeology. And it unfolds itself like that every single month. If you keep thinking, focus on 3, but you're not really focusing on 3. You're inviting about 20 and 3 show up. Invite 20, 3 show up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it resonates with you. And if you have any questions, use this group, Team Ablaze, and comment below with your questions or what's working for you, what's not working for you, your struggles, your strengths. Lay it out there. We all have them. So I hope you guys have a nice evening. Bye.